We are going to get this war to the end. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Escape, they're coming.
Yes, boss.
Run. Bro, the guys are still very strong. Hey.
Right.
Hello friends, welcome to another very exciting episode of Zest Africa TV. So today we are live at Ojukwu Bunker, the prestigious Ojukwu War Museum, or the Biafra State House as it's popularly called. So stick around, I promise it's going to be exciting and entertaining as well. A wise man once said that the knowledge of the past is our compass to navigating the future. All my life I've been very curious to know the main reason for the war, the root cause and the aftermath of the war. Truth be told, we've been told a lot of stories from our grandparents and a lot of relatives that survived the war, but I have always longed to visit and see things for myself, and I'm glad I'm here. So if you happen to be as curious as myself, please stay with us as we journey back to 1960, prior to the war. Nigeria gained independence from Britain on October 1st, 1960. The new nation was a federation of 3 regions, each dominated by one of the major ethnic groups. A coup led by Igbo officers overthrew the government on January 15, 1966, resulting in the assassination of key political leaders. Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi, an Igbo, assumed power. His efforts to centralize power were met with resistance, leading to a counter coup on July 29, 1966 by northern officers, which brought Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon to power. On May 30, 1967, Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the military governor of the Eastern Region, declared the region an independent Republic of Biafra. This move was in response to continued violence against Igbos and perceived marginalization by the central government. The Nigerian government, led by Yakubu Gowon, viewed the secession as an act of rebellion on July 6, 1967. Nigeria forces launched a military campaign to bring Biafra back into the federation. Biafran forces initially made significant gains, but the Nigerian military quickly regrouped and launched counter-offensives. Nigeria imposed a naval blockade on Biafra, cutting off essential supplies. This blockade led to the widespread famine and a humanitarian crisis. Capturing global attention, international efforts to send aid were often hampered by the Nigerian government. This blockade led to a severe humanitarian crisis with widespread famine and malnutrition devastating the civilian population. International media coverage brought global attention to the sufferings, with haunting images of starving children galvanizing humanitarian efforts. The conflict drew significant international attention and involvement, while countries like France, Portugal, and Israel provided covert support to Biafra. The Nigerian government received backing from the United Kingdom, the Soviet Union, and other countries. Humanitarian organizations, notably the International Committee of Red Cross (ICRC), and Medicines Sans Frontières Doctors Without Borders played crucial roles in delivering aid to the beleaguered Biafran population. seeing that the Nigerian federal military government had intensified its military campaign against Biafra, and Biafran forces were increasingly outmatched and outgunned. The federal military government captured key territories, further weakening Biafran resistance. The war caused a severe humanitarian crisis, a widespread famine and disease affecting Biafran civilians. The death situation, widely covered by international media, put intense pressure on the Biafran leadership. Biafran's initial international support dwindled over time. Most countries and international organizations recognized the federal military government as the legitimate government of Nigeria, thus isolating the Biafra diplomatically. Within Biafra, there was increasing pressure from military and civilian leaders to seek an end to the chaos.
Especially the young men, myself being included, we are eager to fight for Biafra and die for Biafra.
People were still very determined. Everybody wanted to train and go into the war.
And I am confident of their readiness. I think that when it does come, that the people on the other side would be surprised as to what
Although limited, the recognition of Biafra by countries such as Tanzania, Gabon, Ivory Coast, and Zambia was a significant morale boost. Additionally, international humanitarian aid, particularly from organizations like the Red Cross and Caritas, helped sustain the Biafra population during the blockade and famine. The Biafran forces launched Operation OAU, named after the Organization of African Union, which saw them successfully recapture Owerri and Umuahia from Nigerian forces, providing a temporary strategic advantage and a boost in morale. The resourcefulness and resilience of the Biafran people during the blockade were remarkable. The development of local industries, makeshift refineries, and the use of locally manufactured weapons like the Ogbunigwe, an improvised explosive device, demonstrated their determination and ingenuity in the face of adversity. These moments were not changing the overall outcome of the war. Represented periods of hope, pride and resilience for the Biafran people amidst the larger context of the tragic and brutal conflict. Although there were peace talks and attempts for reconciliations facilitated by international organizations and foreign governments, the Nigerian government, under General Yakubu Gowon, was involved in several rounds of negotiation, including meetings in Aburi, Ghana, in January 1967, and later in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, in 1968. The government was initially open to discussions but insisted on the unity and territorial integrity of Nigeria. By late 1969, it became clear that Biafra was facing severe logistical and humanitarian challenges. The Nigerian military, under the command of General Yakubu Gowon, intensified its offensive, capturing key Biafran territories. The federal troops were well equipped and numerically superior, gradually gaining the upper hand. The Nigerian government was determined to end the secession military, viewing it as the most viable solution to restore national unity. In January 1970, the Biafran leader, General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, fled the country, and his deputy, Philip Effiong, assumed leadership. Recognizing the untenability of continued resistance, Philip Effiong announced the surrender of Biafran forces. The Nigerian government responded with the policy of "no victory, no vanquished," a phrase
a new nation. You will have heard that my government may seek the assistance of friendly foreign governments and bodies, especially in the provision of equipment to supplement our national effort. There are, however, a number of foreign governments and organizations whose so-called assistance will not be welcome. These are the governments and organizations which sustained the rebellion. They are thus guilty of the blood of thousands who perished because of the prolongation of the futile rebel resistance. They did not act out of love for humanity. Their purpose was to disintegrate Nigeria and Africa and impose their will on us.
And 54 years post-war, we've come to Ojukwu Bunker to see things for ourselves. So stay with me as we explore the Ojukwu War Museum and we see the remains from the war.
This one I need to outside.
What are these pipes? Gas pipes?
Ventilation shafts.
Ventilation shafts. Wow. So this building looks like something that was... The pattern of construction is just so perfect.
Yes, it's perfect.
Wow. They planned 2 escape routes just in case they are attacked. They are ever attacked. This is a war masterpiece right here. Let's climb the escalator. So where does this lead to? Outside. Okay, so let's explore it together.
Biafra.
Okay.
After the fall of the Loop.
Okay.
Furthermore, we have the two leaders of the Civil War. We have General Chukwemeka Odumegwu, the Biafran aerospace,
Okay.
and General Kogowo,
Okay.
who was the head of state of Nigeria during the Civil War. The Biafran cabinet is there, map of Nigeria and Biafra, you can see there. The map of Biafra is also shown here. It says, with the towns that were not captured, Aba, Olo, Owerri, and Olo, in the middle. As at June of 1968, those three towns were still intact.
Okay. Okay, that means what they enter already.
We have some difficulties here. The heavy artillery gun was imported for Nigerian soldiers.
Okay.
And the Biafrans also imported the Biafran baby players.
Okay.
Known as the Biafran mosquitoes and Biafran medical players as well.
Okay.
There, that is the Ubuniwe.
Wow.
The
Great
Biafran
landmines. Wow.
The Ujuku buckets.
Wow.
They were manufactured locally by the Biafran engineers and scientists.
Wow.
Under the supervision of Dr. Felix Oraga during the Nigerian Civil War. Nigerian Civil War, as they were working as a team, it's a unit known as the Research and Production Unit of Biafra. They were members in charge of the production of Ubunigwe and various weapons that were made locally. Those people over there, you see some of the Nigerian soldiers.
Okay.
Some of the activities during the Civil War. Have Nigerian soldiers trying their hands on the general purpose machine gun.
Okay.
Nigerian soldiers using their gun as cover. Nigerian soldiers protecting their Land Rover. And the Nigerian soldiers firing assorted weapons that were surrendered by Biafran
Soldiers. Okay.
It's a workout and working case. The Biafran soldier was captured by Nigerian soldiers. Nigerian soldier captured by Biafran soldiers.
Okay.
Biafran civilians were also captured and tortured by Nigerian soldiers.
Okay.
Below here you have members of the Biafran Boys Company who were also recruited into the Biafran army by conscription. Here in 1969, on the 3rd of September, it was discovered that one of the Nigerian soldiers purposefully killed one of the Igbo prisoners at Ogweasa, West. This is Lieutenant Lamude, a Nigerian soldier, who intentionally committed a war crime, killing of one of the Biafran war prisoners. And it was a serious crime that led to his execution.
Okay, so if you kill a
war prisoner,
then they'll have to kill you.
It's considered a war crime.
Wow.
To kill a war prisoner.
Wow.
Looking at it, if the soldier is not lucky enough, he may end up in fire squad.
Okay.
Execution.
Wow.
Just like this person.
Execution by fire squad.
Wow.
So
Nigerian soldiers they are ready to carry out the firing squad against one of their soldiers that committed the war crime.
Okay.
wow. So I want to understand, Nigerian soldiers were killing their own.
The Nigerian soldier, the man is guilty already. The man is found guilty and was sentenced to death. Child found guilty and was condemned already. Nigerian soldiers have to do away with him. because the international observers came in and they intervened. They came to the saw what when it happened, and they were the people that reported the matter. It's inhuman and act of genocide. These are effects of war. The effect of war include the death of a mercenary, Harry Block from Sweden. He was fighting on the Nigerian side, he was fighting for Biafra. He supported Biafra and was hired by the Biafran nation to fight. But during the Civil War, when federal soldiers invaded Calabar, they captured him and shot him. It's the Biafran camouflage.
Okay.
That's a famous incident of what happened during the Abagana sector war.
Abagana sector.
Abagana, Anambra State.
Okay.
It was heavy war there that led to the death of so many Nigerian soldiers.
Wow.
Okay, they were ambushed.
Yes, they met with the Biafran ambush.
Wow.
They met with the Biafran ambush, who disorganized them and killed so many of them. It was only Murtala Mohammed that escaped. That was free. You see what Washako did to Biafran children and mothers because of hunger and starvation. There was blockage of food supply, and that caused shortage of food and hunger and starvation that made children to die. Suffer Washako, and many of them died at the refugee camp. They were dying, there are thousands. At this point, some Biafran children were airlifted to Ghana. Some did not, they were not brought back. Finally, when General Chukwemeka Oduneguchukwu left Biafra for Ivory Coast on exile, the acting head of state, General Efshon, was advised to go and hand over Nigeria Biafra back to Nigeria government. Yes, and they had this meeting in Niue, where Colonel Olusegun Obasanjo was called to come and represent Nigeria government. The first meeting. At the background, we have Lieutenant General Philip Effiong, then the Sir Lucy Madefo, the Chief of Biafra, and Mr. Lieutenant, and they are all there. The committee was in Lagos with General Yakubu Power, where we received them and had a one-man shake with them, and they disclosed their intention, and it was welcome.
This is when the war started. They have started negotiating about the
negotiation for ceasefire.
Okay.
Negotiation for ceasefire.
Okay.
And the end of the civil war. This was their last meeting. That helped them to agree to stop the civil war. Okay. Lagos.
So, sir, when did the war officially come to an end?
January 15th, 1970.
Okay, January 15th,
1970. This was their last meeting that brought the war to an end. So when the General Yakubu received them, they all smiled and had to succumb.
Okay. So, sir, the war lasted for how many years officially?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
30 months.
Okay. Wow.
For 30 months.
For 30 months.
So that was the meeting that brought the war to an end, that led them to accept to welcome back Biafran to Nigerian food as part of Nigeria, as brother for the upkeep of Nigeria. And go on, incidentally, made the statement that the war ended, and ended no victor, no vanquished, that there was no loser and there was no winner.
Okay.
And that calls for great celebration at the end of the Civil War. Here we have a Nigerian soldier hugging a Biafran soldier as a mark of joy.
That means the conclusion is that there is no loser, there is no winner.
There was no loser, there was no loser.
Okay.
Okay. That's the popular saying, no victor, no vanquish.
So, no vanquish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
These soldiers were at Anambra State. They ran to the Biafran airport at Uli to express their gratitude and the joy.
Wow. Are these Biafran soldiers or Nigerian soldiers?
Nigerian soldiers. By then, Nigerian soldiers were scattered everywhere.
Wow. Wow. So how did the Nigerian soldiers break into Biafra? Where was their roots? Where did they come in from?
Nigerian soldiers were, it's a war.
Yes.
And as you know, they were large in number.
Yes.
They were so great, and some of them have already known
the routes
and the boundaries and the ways that lead to some of the Biafran towns.
Okay.
Initially, they knew Enugu was the headquarters of Biafra.
Okay.
Of Eastern region there. So it was very easy for them to conquer Enugu
and come in.
To capture Enugu. They came in. From there, they continued to advance. And they were being paid heavily and they were working very hard. I remember they used to say, capture Enugu, capture Umuahia, capture Aba, double pay, and they maintained it.
Okay.
Yes, capture Umuahia, double pay. Umuahia failed in 1968.
Okay.
And that was around March. And they started building the bunker around April to June. Okay. Gradually, Aba followed suit. They defeated Owerri. At last, they captured Olong, which was the last Biafran town to fall. So we see Nigerian students celebrating the end of the Civil War. The war lasted for 2.5 years. The Biafran children, the remnants of Biafra, and Biafra ladies, they are also celebrating the end of the Civil War.
Okay, so there is this myth that the war was officially fought at Aba. How true is it?
Officially fought?
Yes. And a lot of destruction was done at Aba. Like,
it was not only in Aba. They captured Umuahia before Aba.
Okay.
They came through
Owerri,
Afipo, Ikotekpene, then through from Ikotekpene to Aba. You understand?
Yes, sir.
But before then, Umuahia came before Aba. According to the map.
The bunker, we are right at the entrance. The bunker, right here. The entrance, this is what it looks like. Follow me as we explore the bunker right about now. Remember, it's just Africa TV. Thank you. So guys, this is the entrance. Still. So we are going into the bunker. We are right at the entrance of the bunker right now. Still me as we explore. Wow. So what year was it built?
The bunker was built in
1988. 1968, guys. This bunker.
That means 1 year after
The Civil War.
the Civil War started.
what was going on. But because Umuahia
Wow.
and made them to build the bunker to protect their
Wow. Okay.
Back to build this. Use as itself, the bunker was built to serve as a hideout to protect the Biafran leaders during the Nigerian Civil War. Bunker is ready within 90 days, which is 3 months. Between April to June 1969-68. So it was kind of hideout to protect their leaders, their important visitors, and also protect them as a place of meetings. Using this place as a secret meetings, place of secret meetings. We have the bunker is a 2-bedroom flat. We have the bedroom, the dining room, and the conference room. Over here we have the toilet and bathroom, the kitchen, and the store. It's there. If you move towards the other side of it, you are going to see one of the escape routes.
Wow.
And the war cell by the left.
That's the plan. So this is the escape route, guys. This is the escape route. My face. This is the escape route, guys. This is the escape route.
That is one of the escape routes. The escape routes are built in case of emergency.
So it's built in the event of an emergency. So exit the bunker. So exit the bunker. So you can see the ladder.
And you see the war cell where war prisoners were kept during the Civil War.
Okay. So this is the cell where the prisoners were kept during the war. So you can see the cage.
And this one is the escape route, Abby.
Yeah.
It's the escape route.
You can see the cell there. So. This is the bedroom here. This is the bedroom. This is the, you can see there. This is dining room. So table.
This is the conference room. We have the Biafran safe where they save their money and documents.
Okay.
And these are photographs of Biafran leaders of thought. The first person there is Dr. Francis Akanebia, who was the governor of the then Eastern region. Followed to him is the great writer, Dr. Sipo Nekwesi, who was the Minister for Orientation Service in Biafra. We have Professor Kenneth Onkadike, who is going to be the first Nigerian Vice Chancellor at the University of Ibadan. Next to him is Dr. Pius Okibo, the great economist in Biafra. Dr. Pius Okibo, the man that wrote the Nigerian reports and presented to General Yakubu in 1975 after the Civil War.
Wow. Dr. Pius Okibo.
Dr. Pius Okibo.
Okay.
From Ijoto, Anambra State.
Wow, from Anambra State. Nice.
Over here we have Dr. Michael Obara.
Wow.
Dr. Michael Obara was a premier of the Eastern region.
Wow. The
The
prestigious.
top advisor and the man that donated his personal building to the government of Biafra to be used as a Biafran state house. Professor Chino Achebe,
Wow, the great writer.
was the information minister in Biafra,
Okay.
while Dr. Sisi Moji was the commissioner for home affairs in Biafra,
Okay.
the man who was in charge of the importation of arms in Biafra. rifles to the Biafran government.
Okay.
According to the story I read, they say that this man ran away with something like that.
He was not the only one that ran away. Many of them.
I mean,
He put up a bad report against himself. He sabotaged the Biafran government.
okay.
Of the Civil War. How General Chukwuemeka Ogunlobojuku,
Wow.
the Biafran head of state, the Biafran hero, the Biafran general, the number one citizen of Biafra, the Ezigbo Igbo, the Ikegba one of Newi, of the blessed memory.
Okay.
So these are the few leaders who exhibited here, not quite all. There are more of them. Men like Mr. Akpan, A.U. Akpan, the Secretary to the Government of Biafra. His portrait is not here. From here we move to the other side of the bunker. You see the second escape route.
Okay.
That's another plan for this sector.
Okay, so this is the second plan for the bunker. So who drew this?
The man that drew the plan was Mr. Frank Mbanefu.
Okay. Wow.
Mr. Frank Mbanefu.
This is an architectural masterpiece, bro. An architectural.
But that time there is nothing like all these AutoCAD now. They did this thing with only hand and pencil.
No.
Wow.
That was the affordable material.
Can you see the details in the plan?
Because the thing is so perfect. It's like
So clean.
so clean and perfect. You will not even know that it's drawn with pencil.
Although the Nigerian Civil War resulted in significant loss of life, economic devastation and suffering, it highlights the profound human and material cost of war and the importance of seeking peaceful resolution to conflicts. Ojuku's leadership during the war demonstrates the heavy responsibility that leaders bear in time of crisis. Leaders must consider the long-term consequences of their actions on their people. One of the Ojuku bunker reflects the resilience and resourcefulness of the Biafran people, and as it was required in war times. It symbolizes the need to adapt and innovate under pressure, though it also represents a desperate measure in a dire situation. And the existence of the bunker illustrates the deep divisions between or within Nigeria as at the time, emphasizing the importance of national unity and the challenges of managing a diverse, multi-ethnic state.
And exactly 54 years later, Nigeria is still battling with most of the reasons that led to the war. Nonetheless, I hope you've all been entertained, and I encourage you to take a time out and come here to Ojuku Bunker and see things for yourself.
I see a lot of fascinating things. I saw a gas pipe. I saw air vents. These are the, just in case. This is an air vent right here. This is an air vent right here, and it leads into the tunnel, into the bunker. That's the air vent. That's to tell you that the engineers behind this masterpiece, they were well trained. They considered the safety of the bunker. The concretes are reinforced concrete, and I looked at the piping system for the air vent. It's top notch, I must say. It's top notch. The walls are so strong, and this building has been here for donkey years now, 1968 to 2024. That's a whole lot of time, and it has not collapsed. It's still standing strong. A building that was constructed in 90 days.
It's a beautiful environment. It's a beautiful place for sightseeing and for tourism. You can come here with your family, you can come here with your loved ones, and come and explore the beauty of of our culture and of our past and see things better. One love. Remember, it's West Africa TV. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe if you've enjoyed this content. Don't forget to toggle on all notifications so that when I drop amazing content like this, you'll be the first to be notified.